What if the same breath that sustains your life also gave birth to music? What if yoga, the science of body and mind, was also the hidden seed of Indian classical music? From the chants of the Vedas to the ragas of today, this is the forgotten story of sound, silence and the search for harmony. More than 3,000 years ago, in ancient India, sound was not seen as mere noise or entertainment. It was seen as the very structure of the universe. The sages believed that creation itself began with vibration, with Om. The Mandukya Upanishad declares, Om is all this, all that was, all that is, and all that will be is Om. Out of silence came sound, out of sound came form, and out of form came life. The Samaveda, the Veda of song, was the expression of this truth. Unlike the other Vedas, it wasn't recited, it was sung. Each note, each rhythm was preserved because the sages knew the human voice was a key that could unlock the cosmos. These chants were not religious rituals, they were science in practice. The vibrations of the voice aligned with the breath, and the breath aligned with the rhythms of nature. From this practice emerged Nada Yoga, the yoga of sound. The sages spoke of two kinds of sound: Ahata Nada, the external sound, the drum, the voice, the string, and Anahata Nada, the unstruck sound heard only in deep meditation. The Chandogya Upanishad says, as large as this ether is, so large is the space within the heart. In it are contained heaven and earth, fire and air, sun and moon, lightning and stars. All is contained within the inner sound. Every raga, every note of Indian classical music was seen as an echo of these cosmic vibrations. To sing Sa, the root note, was to ground oneself in Muladhara, the root chakra. To sing Pa, the perfect fifth, was to resonate with Vishuddha, the throat chakra. The seven swaras and the seven chakras mirrored each other. The body was an instrument, and music was the tuning of that instrument to the cosmic scale. From this union of yoga and sound emerged the raga system. Unlike scales in Western music, ragas are living entities. They are moods, times of day, seasons of the soul. There are ragas for dawn, designed to awaken prana with the rising sun. There are ragas for twilight, to calm the body after a day's labor. There are ragas for midnight, to quiet the mind and invite deep reflection. Raga is not just music, it is a map of consciousness. For yogis, music was never performance, it was sadhana, discipline. A singer would practice a single note for hours, not to impress an audience, but to dissolve the ego and merge with the eternal drone of Om. The Natya Shastra tells us that song and dance are extensions of yoga itself, pathways to make the invisible visible, the inaudible audible. And this is why, if you want to keep walking with me on this journey through yoga, history, science, and the arts, I invite you to subscribe to this channel, not just to follow, but to stay in rhythm with these stories, just as swaras follow one another in a raga. And if you hit the bell, you will hear the next vibration as soon as it is released. Modern science is only now rediscovering what the ancients already knew. Studies show that ragas can calm the nervous system, reduce stress, lower blood pressure, even synchronize brain waves. In Ayurveda, ragas were prescribed like medicine. Certain melodies for anxiety, others for insomnia. The sages believed that every cell of the body has its own resonance, and music was the way to restore harmony when that resonance was disturbed. Musicians today speak of this same mystery. A vocalist may tell you that when a raga is sung with devotion, the room itself begins to vibrate. A sitar player may describe how, in the middle of a performance, time seems to dissolve, and only the tanpura's drone remains, timeless, eternal. Listeners describe being carried into peace, trance, or even tears. This is yoga in motion. Every beat of the tabla is an echo of the heartbeat. Every breath of the flute mirrors pranayama. Every note of the sitar is like a mantra, repeated again and again until the self dissolves. Yoga gave Indian music its soul, and music gave yoga its voice. The Brihadaranyaka Upanishad says, "From Brahman comes the sound, and from sound comes all creation." And that is secret. Sound and silence are not opposites. They are partners in creation, just as yoga and music are partners in expression. So next time you hear a raga, pause. Notice how it shapes your breath, your mood, your body. This is not just music. It is history, science, art, and spirituality converging in vibration. It is the sound of the cosmos, reminding you that you too are part of this eternal symphony. And before we close, I want to thank you for journeying with me this far. If this story resonated with you, let's stay connected. Subscribe and tap the bell icon, not as a formality, but as a way of keeping this ancient vibration alive together. Because just as a raga comes alive only when it is shared, so does wisdom. In the next video, we will explore how specific ragas like Bhairav, Yaman, and Darbari are linked to different states of mind and energy. Until then, may every breath you take remind you, you are part of this great symphony of yoga and sound.